Well, hello there. And as I say every week, it's that time again. Time for that blog that always manages to truly blaze its way into your heart. And I have my friend with me today. I have Marissa Cohen. And for those of you who don't know me, I don't know who that could be, but I'm Bob Decker. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our weekly 3-card reading. The first card is the last card of the previous week's reading, and that card is the 8 of Cups. Attributed to Saturn in Pisces, it represents going to higher places. Saturn is a planet of restriction and manifestation. Pisces is mutable, changeable, a water sign that's very psychic, very sensitive, very, very deep. So we've been going into a state of where we're ready to go to the next level. And there's nothing wrong with the 8 cups, but in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's pictured as a man walking away from them and going off into the mountains. He's following his truth, and thus we are too. Right, dear?
Well, absolutely. And what's interesting also about the 8 of Cups and Saturn energy is, as Bob said, it does provide restriction, but it's also restriction that, in this case of this card, can push you on to greater things and push you on to get out of situations that aren't working for you. Saturn right now is in Libra, which also kind of echoes a little bit what's going on in this card in terms of dealing with associations and being very clear on associations that are working for you and associations that are not working for you. And with 8 of Cups, it's an association that's not working, so the man in question is walking away toward presumably a higher frontier.
That's interesting too, because Saturn does pretty good in Libra. It's exalted in Libra, so its energies are raised up as a higher level energy in Libra than it would be in other signs.
Which means that right now, specifically this time of year, as long as it's in Saturn and Libra, we're going to be looking at a lot of partnership lessons and a lot of give and take and a lot of really figuring out where am I in this association, where's the other person, how the energies are working, and what's working for everybody and what's not working. So it's really sort of weighing and measuring in a really intense Libran way Saturn energy and lessons about partnership and lessons about associations. So that fits. Very cool.
Excellent, excellent. And we're coming into the energy now of the Prince of Swords. Now the Prince of Swords is very fitting. He's traditionally ascribed to Aquarius, which is a fixed air sign, a very mental sign that the sun is in right now. So this is the month of Aquarius. This is the power time for we Aquarians. I am one of them. So my mental energy's been going bing, bing, bang, bing, boom. It's just really been firing pretty strongly. I don't know if it's firing on all cylinders, but it's it's firing. What can I say? You know, my mind has been going, and I've been very, very strong mentally lately. So that's always a good thing. The negative side of it is that Aquarius can be kind of distant, cold, and the mental energy can make us a bit irritable sometimes. And that's also a nature of this card. In readings, I describe it as a man who's kind of hard at times to get along with because he can be very perfectionistic and have very, very high standards, and this can make him a bit difficult to deal with because he can be hard on ourselves. So we do want to watch being critical of ourselves. We want to watch the negative mental tendencies, which is slicing, dicing, and tearing everything to pieces. Right, Marissa?
Absolutely. And when you're dealing with any kind of Aquarian energy, which is huge right now all over the place, it's very important to, on some level, also allow yourself to get ungrounded and humanitarianistic and to really kind of go for that bigger picture, because that's what Aquarians love to do. They love to get in there with the community, get in there with what's the greater good on a very sort of humanitarian level. And I'm actually working on a book right now called Creative Astrology, and in the last newsletter that I had, there was a special Happy Birthday Aquarian section, and it was all about Aquarians and how zany they are and how really every big social movement in history has been spearheaded by someone with Aquarius planets. Everything. Feminism, anything that has to do with a group of people getting freedom. So that's also a really, really important thing right now.
That's right. That's right. And we're coming even higher energies, even better energies. Towards the end of this upcoming week, we can look forward to the energy of the sun. Now that's a beautiful card. Vibrant energy, power, success, freedom, all those positive things. It's a very, very overwhelmingly positive, affirmative energy. So we can expect things to brighten up towards the end of this week. The darkness, any darkness will be leaving, and the light is just going to be shining in. It's just going to be, I think it's just going to be wonderful. That's the only way that I can say it. I know it sounds almost too good to be true, but you know, it really is a vibrant, powerful card, and that energy just tends to heal us on so many different levels. And I know we got some real powerful stuff coming up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marissa, and talk about it.
What's happening actually on Valentine's Day, on February 14th, is the nodes are changing. Now, South Node is past life, North Node is intention. And every individual comes in with that in their specific charts, which sort of maps what they did in their past lives and things they're trying to grow out of and behaviors they're trying to grow towards. But years have that as well. So for the last year, our nodes have been in Cancer and Capricorn, which means that for the past year, it's been sort of on an axis of nurturing and an axis of business principles and a lot of things like that. But now the intention for 2011 is changing on Valentine's Day, and it's going into, I believe, North Node Sagittarius, South Node Gemini, which means that the whole thing, we're going to be really encouraged during this next year to look at the bigger picture, the picture of faith, the picture of trust, rather than getting involved in the nitty-gritty, because Gemini loves to get really kind of small and look at the nitty-gritty and the details, and they like to deal in gossip and things like that. That can be the negative side. So for Sagittarius North Node, we're really being guided and pushed this next year to look at issues of faith, bigger picture, having trust, and also international things are going to be very, very lucky for a lot of people this year, as opposed to staying local. The bigger that you get this next year, in a way, the more blessed you're going to be. And depending on your individual astrology charts, if you don't know, you can always contact me. If you do know, you're going to be looking for where Sagittarius and Gemini fall in your chart to see where that axis is going to play out in your life, because it always does.
That's
so,
right.
Very interesting stuff.
And speaking of interesting stuff, if you want to get a reading from you,
right? You go to happyganesh.com. You see a lot of really great, mostly free information about astrology, manifestation, creative writing, specifically for women. A lot of fun. I'm also involved with April Claxton's Inspire team. I also have a homepage on there as well. But either way, you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter under Happy Ganesh.
Excellent, excellent. And of course, you can always find me on my website, which is posted at the end of this reading in the closing titles. And also, I've started a new endeavor called Modern Zen Photos, and you can go and check it out at modernzenphotos.com. So if you're here in South Florida, I can do portrait photography for you. I can really do just about any kind of photography that you need. I've got some good stuff to work with, and I also do videography, as you see. I do videos. I'm the producer of the video. I'm the editor, everything with the video. So if you need something done for your business, I can certainly do that for you. And I'm offering at very, very affordable rates. $99. $99, I'll do a web video for you. So look me up, and I'll be happy to work with you. Okay, listen, friends, we love you. We appreciate you. It's so good to have this one back again with
glad
us.
To be back.
Yeah, glad to have her back, and glad to have you, because without you, we would be just two adults sitting here in front of a camera making strange noises, okay? What would be the what would be the point of it, right, Marissa?
Right, exactly.
You are the point. So we love you. We care about you. Until we meet you again, many, many blessings.